Live on TikTok. Hello. Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome into this off the cuff live, really, isn't it? Yeah. So, it's arrived home from Japan last night. I'm also live on TikTok as well. So, if I keep glancing up, I'm also going to answer any questions that are coming through TikTok as well. Koi Crazy Chris is the profile on TikTok if you want to join us on there. Hi, Jason, Shane, and Derek, thank you for joining us in the stream as well. So we're also live, of course, on Facebook, Elite Koi and Ponds, and also YouTube, Elite Koi. Covers many places as possible. If you've got any questions, fire them in, guys. I'm here for questions today. Arrived home from Japan last night. I think I got home about 10:30. A couple of cans of beer, kebab and bed, and I've woken up this morning quite refreshed, really. I don't know how long that's going to last for. Remember last time I came back? We got to the Monday and I said to Chase, I think I'm going to get away with the jet lag this time, and that was it. I was floored for the rest of the week. So Jason just saying we've got some nice koi in Japan. It was a fantastic trip, the Japan trip this time. If anybody wants to catch up on the blogs, I know they've been a little bit slow coming out, but if you head over to our website, www.elitekoi.co.uk, you'll see all 7 blogs listed at the bottom of the website at the minute. And we haven't quite got into where we started buying fish yet. So the first set of blogs is, of course, we did a bit of sightseeing in Kyoto and Tokyo. Kyoto, we was lucky enough to visit. The first day, Craig had me walking 56,000 steps. I could hardly walk for the rest of the week. And then the second day, we went to the Golden Temple, which was beautiful. And also we did the Fushimi Inari shrine where there's 10,000 torii gates. But what I didn't realise was it was up on the side of a mountain. So with my stiff legs, we had to climb up there the following day. Managed it. Really was an enlightening day, really. It was quite an accomplishment to get up the top and get through as many of them shrines as possible. We then went down into Tokyo. Shinjuku was the area that we stayed in this time. Absolutely mad, crazy. I've never seen anything like it in all my life. As we walked out the station, there's a big 3D cat up on the side of a building meowing at everybody. I'll try and get some videos of that posted out and about for everybody to have a look at. The second week we was over to Niigata for the real business of buying koi. It was great to catch up with a lot of people. I thought we was going to miss Maruhiro at one point because we arrived on this Sunday and we went straight up to his place, and he gave us a call to say that he was at a different fish house and that we'd meet him the following day. Unfortunately, he had a bit of a mishap in that second in his other fish house. He struck up a petrol generator and there was no ventilation, so he actually poisoned himself with carbon monoxide poisoning and ended up in hospital. Fortunately, he was okay. It wasn't too bad, and I did manage to catch up with him later on in the week. But Maruhiro, we got some amazing fish from there. We've had amazing fish from all over, really. Dex sitting there with me. What we're going to do is we're going to show you some of the fish that we picked up on the first day from Satoshi Tanaka. So Satoshi, good friend of Elite Koi. Every year I visit him. I always take him a border collie calendar out because he keeps border collies. He keeps dogs. And Satoshi Tanaka is situated right next to the ski resort. So he's big into skiing. His family, his lad does a lot of skiing, snowboarding. And of course the dogs love it up there. But he's also a fisherman as well, which I've never seen anybody like pleasure fishing in Japan before, and I'll have to ask him about that next time I see him. But his fish house, it's only a small one. He's famous for breeding kinshowers and yellowfish. So before I went Decadasters for some yellowfish, so we got a box of Tosai yellow koi and kinshowers. They look pretty good, and they're going to arrive back with us in the UK beginning of March. I think they're coming first week of March. So everything should be clear of quarantine by the time we get to Easter weekend. That's the plan at the moment, and it's looking pretty good for that. We'll show you some of the Nisai koi. Of course, we've still got a lot of Tosai koi here, haven't we, from Marahiro and Ifuchi. We've got a pond full of Ifuchi fish to come. They're coming on really well. We are going to ramp up the auctions again from next Saturday. So if you want to purchase any of last year's Tosai, young Nisai for this season, then start joining us again on the Saturday. We'll be doing 20 fish again. We've also got lots of other things to show you. Every Saturday and every Sunday we'll also be coming live as well, I think, particularly on TikTok, to show the guys and girls what we're doing over on TikTok. The business name on TikTok is The Only Way Is Koi. If you want to follow me on TikTok, then it's Koi Crazy Chris. So of course you can always follow them both. A little bit more relaxed on TikTok, isn't it? It's a little bit more open, and work both ways that actually, but quite enjoying the TikTok action at the moment. Any £1 auctions, lol, Richie's asking. Well, we were looking, weren't we, today? And
we might be able to stick a few out for next Saturday, but £1 starting bid. We'll have to just have a look.
Yeah, we have got some smaller fish from Aoki, and these were particularly good fish, weren't they? They're really high quality. Not Aoki, from Kaze. But unfortunately, as it is, we missed the boat on them. So these, in terms of getting them growing, so these fish, they're still quite small. Ideal for a small pond or even an indoor tank or anything. When we drop these into the fish tank that we've got here in the shop, they do grow particularly well. But the quality of them is really, really good. So I know there is guys and girls that are looking specifically for smaller fish. They don't always want them to grow big. And I think these fish are going to fit the bill really well. So we'll start putting some of them in, I think, for a £1 starting bid. If you don't bid, though, folks, we won't be staying at £1 for long, I can assure you that. But we'll give it a go, see how it goes. So on to the Nisai koi. Craig came to Japan with me. I was a bit harsh with him because we went into Satoshi Tanaka's fish house, and I passed Craig the net, and I said, "You pick the first box of koi from Japan," which is, it's quite overwhelming when you see all them fish in the pond to just narrow one out.
Yeah.
And Craig couldn't get his head around the fact that you picked 12, put 4 back, keep 8 of them in the box. And then he kept looking back. But once you look back in the pond, you're like, well, why didn't I pick that? Quality of them was really good, like this shower that Deck's got up on the screen at the moment. Typical shower. It's got a lovely kahaka pattern there, a lot of three-step kahaka. The sumi is nice and thick on the nose. The sumi is the black. And also towards the rear of the fish. I quite fancy on this one that there is going to be some more sumi comes in the middle of the fish, which is really going to balance it. But main characteristics of this fish are body shape. The white skin is very, very pure, very white. The shiroji, we call it. And the sumi is nice and thick for a younger koi as well. But I think this one, the colour in the pet fins is nice and even. It's just a pleasant shower. What price did you put on that, Doc?
So this one is listed at $195.
So $195. Have we got the size on it as well?
I think we've got.
So if you want to have a look at any of these fish, if you head over to where we got them listed at the moment,
they're on the Japan Live page on the website.
So if you go over to Japan Live page on the website, www.elitekoi.co.uk, all these fish are there. If the sizes aren't listed, then turn the volume up and you'll hear me saying what the breeder is, the size and the age of the fish.
But you all should have the size variety, and then There is a couple which might be missing the age off because I was a bit unsure, so I might have missed the age off a couple of them. But
yeah,
if you want to ask the question, I think we can figure out.
So is that one 36?
36 centimetres.
36 centimetres. So 195 quid for a 36 centimetre Nisai koi, Japanese koi from Satoshi Tanaka. That price will include, of course, the fish will get shipped first week of March. It'll be ready to go at Easter. It does include the quarantine. We keep the fish for a minimum of 4 weeks in terms of quarantine. We've got a dedicated space set to one side to arrive all these fish. We've just got a bit of swapping around to do, haven't we, to get them all in. Yeah, really, really cheap fish. You know, that fish should be at least £300, but it was the first box of fish that we picked out, and we thought, you know what, why not treat the folks back home for choosing some of the first fish. So Jason's asking, thank you, Tony. Yeah, we had a great time. Thank you. Jason, has the Uzagi still available? The Snow Uzagi are still available. We'll get onto them in a moment. Again, on the Japan Live page. Have you listed them as Snow Uzagi or Yuki Uzagi?
Yuki Uzagi, but in the description I have put Yuki and then in brackets Snow Uzagi.
Yeah. So difference between traditional Uzagi and Snow Uzagi or Yuki Uzagi. Yuki is the translation for snow in Japanese, so hence Yuki Uzagi. They're much whiter. Sometimes they may change. The blue may start coming through in them, but generally speaking, a Yuki Uzagi is a white Uzagi. Ginrin ones are really, really nice because you get that extra glow, that extra shine on a Ginrin fish. And of course, the traditional Uzagi is a blue back, and I've got some fish to show you as we get going. Pretty, really impressive Uzagi. So yes, Jason, they are on the Japan Live page. There's one. Dex just flashed that one up. So this one, I think we picked 4.
There was a request one, and then 3 others.
Yeah. So one of them has sold, so that's leaving 3 remaining. This one was mine and Tracy's picked this one, and the reason that we selected this one was because if you look closely, there's no red above the lateral line at the minute, and it's always fingers crossed with an Uzagi that the red will stay below the lateral line. Quite often it does come above, in which case we would call that Kanoko pattern. Which Dex, let me show you one. So here we go. This is a Yuki Uzagi or Snow Uzagi, and you can see the red now on the back of the body, which it looks pretty good because a Kanoko pattern is where the red sits within the center of the scale, so it will show up as like a white outline and the red's in there, and it can be pretty impressive. That if you can imagine that coming up on a white fish, certainly on a white shiny back, it's not going to look offensive whatsoever. They are fantastic koi, and you know these are relatively new koi as well, because traditionally the more traditional, the older Japanese breeders, they, in their minds, they think that an Uzagi should have a blue back. So when they're going through the initial selections of the fish, they would discard any white fish. Yeah. They'd be looking for that clue that the blue's going to come. And it was actually some of the younger generation, some of the family members that realised that these white fish was pretty good. And of course, there's a big market for them, Yuki Uzagi. We've been looking for them all last season. We had to wait until we went to Japan to find them. So, hello, Bob. Thank you for joining us. Just saying, Bob, we are going to be starting with some of them Kaze fish and some of the smaller koi on next week's auction. So we'll be going back to 20 fish on a Saturday, including some of the smaller ones, which should stay smaller for you guys and girls that don't want big fish. Always sounds a bit bizarre that you don't want big fish, but you know we've got to recognise not everybody does want an 80 centimetre koi. You know, it's and again, you know, to get an 80 centimetre koi, you're pretty lucky as well. You've got to spend some money to be sure that the fish has got the genetics to grow to that size, 80 centimetres above. So there's a Snow Uzagi. They were from Ikarashi Azumi. I did say that I was going to return to Ikarashi Azumi. We missed him last year, and we went back. You know, this guy, he does some amazing fish. always got fish from Ikarashi Azumi in, and some of the first fish I bought direct from Japan that came over and we quarantined. I think the first 4 or 5 boxes were Ikarashi Azumi koi, and they was really good, weren't they?
Yeah.
It was kind of missed a trick last year by not going back to visit him. I'm trying to think what else was in there. Oh yeah, I tell you what else we got from Ikarashi Azumi was the Karusagoi. So Dex just going to put these on. Now this, I don't know if this was meant to be or not.
This is one of the ones I didn't have individual videos for. So I do have still photos, but that's about it. So bear with me.
Yeah. So we was these snow azagis, and there was a couple of goshki that we selected as well. And they came out. There was 3 ponds that we was looking at. It's not a bad fish house to work. It's quite wide to get across the pond sides. And in the near side pond, of course, we'd photographed and got the videos of the snow azagi and the goshki. There was also that yellowfish in there, wasn't there? The key ginga, which is a really special fish. We'll go back to that in a minute. And we're there, and I made the mistake of looking back in the pond nearest to me when we finished photographing the fish. And I spotted a Karusagoi. Now, bearing in mind, Karusagoi, they're pretty rare fish. And we had a few last year. There was well fought after, wasn't there, in terms of everybody wanted them. These fish, I think they're about 35, 36 centimetres. And we managed to pull 10 out the pond. Now, the Japanese believe that these are harbingers of good luck. So to get 10 in a bowl at that size, I was feeling pretty lucky that day. Half of them are Deutz and half of them are scaled or Wagoi fish. They've all got orange bellies, these ones. But if you look at the pectoral fins as well, there is a bit of colour, a bit of white and a bit of orange in 1 or 2 of the pectoral fins. When you look closely, then you'll see which are the scaled and which are the Deutz. Now, I believe 2 of these have already been...
Yeah, and then the others need to get sorted out. But
yeah,
I only had still images, and 2 of them was pretty much requests.
Yeah, so if anybody wants one of them, what price did we put on them there?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Can't remember. If you want one of them, bearing in mind there's 10 fish, they've got to come back, they've got to be individually photographed and sorted so that we know exactly which is which fish when they go out. If you want one, then just let us know whether you want a scaled one, a Wagoi one, or a Deutz one, and then we'll form a list for selection. So the people that have already purchased them, they'll select first from the bowl, and then we'll move on to the next people who want to select them. It was, I was quite surprised, and I think Ikarashi Azumi was quite surprised when I picked 10 fish out for a box of fish. But I probably should have took the other 10 as well. Who knows? We've yet to see. So hi Mick, thank you, and David Bills, Yuki Azagi, my favourite. They are stunning fish. Wait till you see Miyazakari Azagi. I'm so pleased when I saw that fish. Here's the Key Ginga. I think this fish was 46 centimetres, if my memory serves me right. And this, I couldn't make up my mind whether we was looking at a Key Kajaku or a Key Ginga. Of course, Key is yellow. Ginga it's a scaled form of a Key Kiko. So you get that dark, that grey shining under the whiter skin. We decided on a Key Ginga, but that you can clearly see the Matsuba effect on its back there. And this fish, 46 centimetres for this high koi. We couldn't believe it. It was probably the biggest fish in the pond, and it's a nice fish.
Yeah, if you didn't tell me the variety, I don't know where I would have placed this fish.
Yeah, it's kind of like the temptation to put Kawarigoi is so strong, but there again, you're definitely looking at it. What do you think, guys and girls? Would you go Key Ginga or Key Kajaku? Now, remember when this fish sells, if in your mind that's a Key Kajaku, then we'll make that certificate out for whatever you believe the fish to be. Sometimes you come across these quirky fish and they just don't quite sit in one or the other, and it can be a bit of a gamble. Definitely a male koi, I think, looking at the shape of it.
Yeah.
very, very clean head. Pectoral fins are really good. It just stands out. So I think that was it. There's one of the Goshkis sold yesterday.
Yeah,
didn't
one
they?
of the darker one of the two sold yesterday.
So there's one other Goshki available from Ikarashi Zoom. I can't remember what the other fish was. Here's one of the Goshkis. I selected this one, the darker one. Craig selected 3-step Goshki. It's clean as a whistle. This fish. What price is that one on?
$395.
$395 for that one. Size is
35 centimeters.
35 centimeters. So Nisai koi, as clean as you like. It's almost got a luster to it. This fish. It's not a metallic koi, with it being a Goshki. But looking at it, I'm just looking closely now to see if it's skin ring. But it wasn't skin ring, was it?
No.
That's just the sheer skin quality on this fish. What I particularly liked about this one, it was a choice between this one and another dark one, but I'd like that solid block of colour running from the nose right back to the dorsal fin. You'll notice it's not wrapped all around the body either, so that fish is going to look pretty impressive through a window as well. Great body shape, really, really strong frame on this fish. You've got to remember these fish don't really get fed much at all while they're in the concrete ponds. They're coming out the mud ponds and they're just overwintered. The fish houses are kept warm, but not massively so. I'd say probably somewhere between 12 and 16 in Satoshi Tanaka's pond. So when you go in, the fish are very much similar to ours at home in the pond.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll be sat quiet and just all lined up in the bottom corner. They do become alert and active, the same as they do in your pond. If you go and give them a little bit of food or something, they will get themselves off the bottom and come and see you.
One fish I did want to ask you about is the Yuki Shizui.
Yes. Yeah, so I've got to be honest, I made this one up. Me and Chris made this one up as we was going along, but it stands to reason. If you can get a Shizui, really is a scaleless or Deutsch version of an Azagi. So bear in mind, we was looking for Yuki Azagi and Snow Azagis. This fish, the skin on it, it's not blue; it's pure white. So we thought we'd go out on this one and call
From
it.
the video, it does
It
look like a bit of blue, but because you've seen it in person, you know
Yeah,
what it looks like.
I think it's looking a little bit blue in that bowl because of the reflection of the blue bowl on it. When it was in the pond, it's so white, that skin, and it's got all the right bits and bobs you want on the Shizui. So it's got like that zipper line all the way from the head back into the tail. The colour of the red on the sides is fairly symmetrical. It's not, it's never ever going to be perfect on the Shizui, but that is fairly symmetrical, and it's so clean. So we had to go Yuki Shizui on that one. Size is, I think it'd be about 39 centimeters. Cracking fish, yeah. So remember, folks, if you want to see any of these, head over to the Japan Live page on the website. You can check all the fish there. I think, have we got many more to go on there? Just the Marahiro big stuff.
Marahiro big stuff, and then there was, on your last day there, you bought some black diamonds and Max Kawabakis, which I need videos in that for.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So we had the last day we got a bit carried away with the Matsu Kawabakis and black diamonds, but Craig pulled an amazing, awesome Aragoki out of that pond, which we'll show you again during the week. There's the Marahiro koi that are coming up there. These fish, big fish. Nisai koi, I think we only bought. I think there's two Sansai koi, 2 3-year-old koi from Marahiro. One being the Akamatsuba at 68 centimeters. I couldn't believe it when I picked that one. And we also got a really nice 68 centimeter shower from Hosikai, which is staying in Japan until next season.
I can try and pull up the image or the video for the.
So any questions, fire them in folks, I keep looking up at TikTok. I keep forgetting everybody's there on TikTok. Remember, the only way is Koi is Elite Koi's profile on TikTok, and Koi Crazy Chris is my own profile on there. We are going to be getting back to normal. Next Saturday, we'll be ramping the auctions back up again to 20 fish every Saturday. Some starting at £1. I think some people had asked for some more expensive fish or some bigger fish in the auctions, which we're going to do. But I think to take the pressure off us a little bit in terms of the bigger fish.
So Marahuro, 66 centimetre, Akamatsuba,
and then of course if they don't make the money that we need for them, then we can remove them from the auction. So I do like a good style auction. I don't know what your thoughts are. Akamatsuba. Now this fish doesn't look particularly big in that bowl. That is a big bowl. That is a 1 metre bowl, 68 centimetres, and I had my eye on this fish for a while.
So Marahuro, 66 centimetre, Akamatsuba, Sandside.
And I had to wait for him to come back. And of course, we didn't want to put any pressure on him. He's not feeling well to come in. Feels like the fish. So we was about to get this fish in the net ready for when I had left, and he could have contacted me to let me know what the score was. But
so Marahuro,
female,
66 centimetre, Akamatsuba,
really
Sandside.
Clean Akamatsuba. I think that. I think the thing is that video isn't doing the size justice. Big fish. I think this is she's going to go so well alongside the Yamabuki.
So Marahuro, 66 centimetre, Akamatsuba, Sandside.
Which is very nice. Door shell. We'll let him. There, no. So very quiet on TikTok, guys and girls. Yeah, I don't know. Have you got one of the Azakari Koi? Don't think we sent one in, did we?
I've got the images and videos of them both.
So this shower, again, when we saw the shower, I didn't ask the price, if I'm honest, and then it's such a good fish. And I don't think Hosikai realised the size of the fish until we got it into the bowl, because when we measured it, his face dropped a little bit. So incredible. Looking at what he did with the Azakari Zagi, I'm quite looking forward to this one coming out. That's just going to fire it up now.
This year's Azakari Koi.
There we go. Again, that's a big
shower.
68 centimetres. Now, we're all really excited about this one because there's a lot of slimy development,
65 cm.
Particularly on the head. Just as you're looking at the koi now, as it comes down the ball on the left-hand side, there's a lot of sumi to build in there. That's going to really thicken. And on the side of the koi where it's mainly shiroji, you can't see much sumi at all. There is a couple of big patches of sumi that are going to come through on the koi there. So hopefully this one may be good for koi show when it gets harvested in autumn.
Yeah, sorry about that, Rich. I have muted them now. I forgot because I've added them in a different way. The audio was on, but I have muted the audio now.
Yeah, amazing fish. So of course, the trouble is once you start looking at Azakari Koi, and then the Kahaku came out, and I said, well, we'll have a think about that one overnight. And you know, all of the fish, these were in a fish house that had never been visited or never had access to before. Really, really nice fish.
Bring the Azagi as well.
Give the shop a call.
Yeah, so there's the Azagi. She's been there all through the summer. It's not until you look at the other video really that you see the development in terms of what development has been. I mean, she's grown in the mud pond the red is a lot brighter than what you're seeing. I think is this the one where I lift her out?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
See if I can get that one.
there you go. So you can see on the cheeks there and on the gill plates how bright that red has become. There is one where I lift her out, and of course I managed to get that image of me holding her. Yeah, so Dec's gonna pop this one in. It might be worth leaving the sound on this one, but it plays around for the first time.
Turn it down a bit so it's not
There she is, the Azakari Zag.
Jason, this is the one I was on about. How much?
Look at this.
Um,
She's gorgeous. Look at the
we're going to come up with a plan for
64
price on this one,
centimetres
Jason,
came out of
and it's going to be
coming back
going
to the UK.
out to
This
offers to
fish
come in, but
is
there's only going to be
1,000%,
one
so
offer
if anybody's
allowed
interested
per
in
week
this beautiful
on this fish.
female, 3-year-old now.
She's amazing.
Then give the shop a
It's
call.
one of them fish that I really don't want to sell.
And they'll give you a price on the fish.
I'd love to keep them, but you can't keep them. It's a typical Hossikai Azagi. You know how I can tell when it plays around again?
So she is the
See the nose is slightly pointed. Hossikai Azagis, they always do seem to have a more pointed face on them.
Gorgeous. Look at the colour.
And what I do is
64 centimetres she came out of the wood pond.
take a lot longer.
She's coming back to the UK.
Very light to start
This
off with.
fish
Yeah.
And the dark
so
one,
if anybody's
when the
interested
dark
in
one
this,
takes a lot longer
beautiful
compared to
female.
other breeders.
Yeah, and then, of course that's sometimes we're using that to our advantage, because if they're really dark when they're young,
give the
then
shop a call.
it's a dominant colour and they're never going to lighten up with it. They're only going to get darker as they develop. But yeah, I was super chuffed with that one. Of course, this was the first fish that I had the confidence to really leave in Japan under the care of the breeder, and it either had to be Hossikai or Maruhiro for me to leave the koi Azakari, and I'm so pleased that I did. So that one will be coming back beginning of March. Hopefully, if anybody's coming along at Easter, you'll get to see these fish. They should have all cleared quarantine by the time Easter comes, and I think we're going to arrange a release for fish. From Hossikai, I managed to hand select a bowl of jumbo tosai. They're not quite jumbo tosai, but they was a lot bigger than all these other tosai at the moment, and they will be released first come first served basis when we get to Easter, which is something to look forward to.
Any other fish you want to look at in particular?
Yeah, let's have a look at that. Craig's favourite fish of the fish was that show at the top there.
That one.
Yeah, this one there. So this one, again, doesn't say a lot, Craig, and he was stood looking in the pond for a few days. And then we got the netting. We actually ended up selecting 4 koi from this pond. The sumi on this fish is so thick. Dense. The white skin is an incredible fish. This one, when it's one of them, when you see it in person, you're like, wow! It just, the quality of it is really, really good. It's got all the characteristics that we're coming to expect from Maruhiro koi. That bright benny, the bright red, the white skin. Look how even the Motogaru in the pet fins is. That's the colour in the pet fins at the base of the pet fins. And I think size-wise, I think it's in the 50s, is it?
Yeah, about 50 centimetres.
50 centimetres, and that's a 2-year-old koi, folks. So to give you some idea of the potential that this fish has got, a 2-year-old already to be 50 centimetres is quite something spectacular. Yeah, so that was Craig's favourite buy, I think, apart from the Azakari koi. That was Craig's favourite buy from the trip. And then if we go down to next one, I think you'll see all 4 fish that were selected from this pond. Showa. It's got a lot to do in terms of sumi development, but again, size of it for
46 to 50.
Yeah, 46 to 50. Particularly like the pattern on that one. It's a busy pattern, but as the sumi thickens and develops, it's going to really balance it out, I think. and then there was a Kyotori and a Hyotori came out this pond. This is the Kyotori.
$46 to $50.
46 to 50. I think that one came out the day before, actually. I don't think that's... There was another Kyotori, a Ginrin Kyotori.
That one.
That one. That's the one. Now, this one,
56.
56 centimetres in this eye. And it's so clean. So, Kyotori, Ginrin. The sumi is quite thick on this. You know, remember when you see these Utsuris in a bowl, the sumi will, as soon as they go into a blue bowl, the sumi will start fading out of them, become a little bit wishy-washy. You can probably see it's a little bit weaker now than when we first started looking at the video. Pattern's really good. Ginrin's very strong, everything that we would expect from Marahiro again. Like that one?
Yeah, I like it. The Ginrin is sort of changing the colour of the yellow. It looks more like a Ginrin Yamabuki.
Yeah.
Sort of colour.
More of a mango-ish yellow. Yeah. If you go back up to that other one that I picked the previous day, it's non-Ginrin, but this one here, it looks a lot paler. But again, I would expect that to really pop once it gets in some natural UV on it, some decent food, colour food, and it. I think that yellow's going to really ping on it. Yeah. But again, big fish. For an Issei Koi, I think this one was about 50 centimetres.
46 to 50.
Yeah, 46 to 50. That Hyotori is absolutely spotless as well. We actually had one much bigger than this that we put back. We put them both in a bowl, and the bigger one, we kind of like, the colour wasn't as bright on this one. I thought, that is intense. So we opted for the smaller of the two koi. Lovely pattern on that one as well. Checkerboard. Inside, see where it goes in the sun.
Yeah.
And that's a big fish as well. I think it was 50-ish.
48 to 52.
Yeah, 48 to 52. So where we put 48 to 52, I would be leaning on the 50 to 52 with this one. It was one of the bigger fish from the pond.
The videos just don't do the size justice.
No. So remember, folks, you can catch up on the blog. I did put day 7 in today of when we visited Meiji Junga again. I put a little bit of history in there for you as well to tell you who Meiji Junga, or who Meiji was. Junga is the surname for shrine, or the name for the shrine. And that was on the day before we went up to Nagata to purchase the koi.
Just one more.
Which one's your favourite that we've sent through so far, Doc?
Oh, that's low.
Yeah, so there comes Deck's favourite. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. So this is never seen anything like this before. We was at Hossikai, and we had a fish on the request form, and we spied these, and then we offered the request form koi out, and it was accepted. So we had to go back and secure that fish. Now, in terms of like transport, we could get 4 fish in a box. We actually only ended up taking 3 in this box, just for a bit more space for them to come out. Let me just replay that one again. So this is, anybody, any guesses what it is?
Yeah, when I say these, this is just something else.
So Jason's asking if the Uzagi's still on reserve for him.
Yeah, the one in Pond 8, yep, that's still for you, Jason. Still got it to one side.
Is this the one where I show the colour, the Kanako?
This is the smaller one of the two.
Oh, this is the smaller one of the two. So what you're looking at here is, let me get this right.
I can pull up the other one if you want.
It is a Kage Azagi Utsuri, which is a bit of a mouthful, but all elements of the fish are there. I'll show you on the next one. The Kage comes from that shadow underneath the skin. The Utsuri is the wraparound sumi. And of course, the Azagi is the blue that's in there as well. But look at this Kanoko coming at the tail end. This is going to be such a unique, special fish, this one. Again, this one is not for sale, folks. We're going to keep this one. We want to see what this one does throughout the growing season. I think you're looking at something really, really special there. Certainly, if that red carries on coming up to the lateral line, and it's orange on the belly, you can see it's starting to come, can't you?
Yeah. Do you reckon any more black will come through on this then, or do you reckon the pattern is?
I think it's going to thicken where it is at the moment. I think it's going to really thicken and maybe consolidate to get a little bit larger in terms of where the blocks of sumi are. That back is going to be really, really blue, but the Kage element as well. Hosakai was saying that the sumi and the Kage develop at different rates, and there's one may develop without the other one.
Yeah.
So it's going to develop in different. What he did say about these two fish was that they was going to be big fish. Nisai Koi again, I think that one was 56 or 58 centimeters?
56, and the new one was 54.
Yeah. Thing of beauty, like I say, this. When I was looking around his Tosai, I'd look at the Tosai mix, all this fish that he's got to come this season, and I was looking to see if there's any of these mixed in with them, and I couldn't see any. So I think these are like one-offs at the moment. If it develops, and I'm sure he might try and produce a few more. But I think you could be looking at something like the Golden Corn there once they
fully get a breeder set, like breeder parent set for them, and they can produce them quite frequently.
Yeah. So incredible fish. Is that your favourite?
Yeah, I really like them.
We're going to have an arm wrestle to see who looks after that one for the summer. But yeah. Well, folks, that was just a quick off-the-cuff live. Just to let everybody know that we're back. We're going to be ramping up the auctions again from Saturday, so please come along and join us at 11 o'clock. We'll keep the time at 11. We've got lots of other things to come as well, so if you get the chance to come and join us on Saturday, we've got a lot more news to tell you over the next week or two, haven't we?
Yeah.
So everybody's been so busy here while I've been swanning off around Japan. It was a business trip, if Tracy asks.
At least the second week was anyway.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we've got to go back in August now because we've got to see that shower come back out the pond. But thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for all the support that you've given as well. We've been in Japan, like I say, the blogs. It is nice to see the reactions on them. I think everybody's thoroughly enjoyed them. The ones in terms of buying the fish, we'll get on top of them this week, so you can follow us around each of the koi breeders and see exactly what we was doing and what we was looking at. Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Yep, and if anyone does want to see the fish, I have sent a link in, so just follow that link and it will take you straight to the Japan Live page.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you on Saturday.